Hey everybody, it's Ace. Welcome back to another video. A couple days ago on the Burning Crusade, we have received the controversial update which broke pretty much all the add-ons you were using in TBC. Many people were wondering whether this update is gonna come to Classic Era, Hardcore, Season of Discovery and all the other versions that Blizzard is hosting of Classic. And now we have a confirmation from Wowhead that they will indeed upload the retail interface into Classic. So in this video, I kind of want to explain how you can fix the UI, what exactly is happening, and also discuss why Blizzard is doing what they are doing. So what happened to you most likely when you logged in onto TBC that day when the update happened is your add-ons were all over the place and most of them didn't work. So the main way you want to fix that is going to your options and then your add-ons and then loading out of date add-ons. Even if you had this checkmark enabled, when the update dropped, it was disabled. So the reason it was disabled is because we now have the full retail UI, the same thing that you are perhaps using on Midnight if you are playing retail, is now here in TBC. In TBC Anniversary, we always had the edit mode, but now we also have all the other APIs, let's call them that, from retail uploaded onto Classic, which means that we now have brand new nameplates from retail uploaded to WoW Classic. Now the problem with these nameplates is obviously, as you noticed with your plates being broken, is that they kind of conflict with player. And I was one of the first people to fix my UI for my community because most of them are using my UI profiles for WoW Classic. So I want to explain to you what exactly is cooking your plates in case you are not using my plater and using somebody else's plater. So you can see my plater is for the most part fine. But when I logged into TBC that other day, it was all cooked. Mostly it was scaled down. So because retail interface is running at the higher, let's call it resolution and upscaling, and it has retail interface upscaling, it's going to be downscaled in Classic. So the way you're going to fix plater is just opening your plater configuration menu, it will be /plater in the chat, and then going to level and strata. If you don't have this level and strata tab on plater, this means you have to update plater on CurseForge. In this tab, for me at 1440p, this is the resolution I'm playing WoW at, because my monitor is a 1440p OLED, I have to use 1.30 scaling here at the fine tune to basically get the same nameplates I had before this update. Another very important thing that also changed with this update is that the view distance of nameplates and enemy players was also increased by default from 40 to 60. This was how I noticed that we have now received a retail interface on Classic. The way you will fix this is by also going to player and then going into the general settings here. For you, most likely automatically Blizzard has already increased the view distance to 60 and as well the player view distance. You can see now it says here even in my tooltip that retail limitations is 60 and TBC Classic is not available, even though it's 16 now as well. So if you notice that you lost a lot of frames when you logged into TBC, you're probably blaming your add-ons for that. But it isn't actually your add-ons, it is just that increase the view distance of nameplates. So if you're lagging quite a lot, just put both these back to 40 and you will be fine. One other thing which also happened is that the action bars are now cooked, specifically Dominoes and Bartender. Maybe you noticed it and you probably thought you're going crazy. You cannot drag any more spells out of your action bars. I'm trying to press Unsettled Spirit here to drag it out in the world to get it off my bars. It doesn't work. The way you fix this is by just holding Shift on your keyboard and then dragging it with the left click. On my Dominoes, I never had to do this before, but this is something which is also known to be on retail. One other thing which we have to discuss is within the nameplates themselves. If you go to Blizzard nameplates, you want to put the style to clean health. Now the clean health style gives you basically what would be considered the default plates from retail onto Classic. And the reason these are currently very good for Classic WoW is that they don't actually conflict that much with Plater and Platinator as well, or most of the nameplates you're using that are kind of updated. The next add-ons we have to talk about, which are also broken at the moment, are immersion and dialogue interfaces for questing. I personally had to disable both of them because they just didn't work. So if you're wondering why you cannot pick up a quest and why isn't it working, it's because you have one of those add-ons on. To this day, as the recording of this video is happening, they're still not working, so you're gonna have to run with the default quest logs. The next add-on we're gonna talk about is Skinner, and Skinner also got a little bit cooked inside this update. Mostly what happens is that sometimes when you will list yourself for a dungeon or a raid, it can happen that you will just be kind of buffering in queue and you might think that there's something wrong with the servers. There is nothing wrong with the servers. What is happening is that Skinner is having problems rendering, skinning for or looking for group finder frames. So if you have problems with that, just disable Skinner for group finder. The add-ons which didn't get cooked for me personally were shadow unit frames, details, and WeColors. If for whatever reason shadow uniframes and details for you are cooked, they aren't actually cooked because details are updated regularly on retail, and I'm pretty sure that when details got updated for TBC Anniversary, that the guy has put the details from retail here onto classic. If you do have problems with them, just make sure that you re-enable your profiles inside details. Mine was a little bit cooked, but when I enabled my profile, everything worked again. And it was the same for me with shadow uniframe, so just re-enable the profiles on those add-ons. And so that basically sums up our UI video for today. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like and a subscription. Also, by the way, if you do like my user interface, you can get it for free if you join my Discord server. I will leave a link to my link tree in this video description. You don't have to watch my stream, you don't have to even be subscribed to the channel, just join the Discord server. I update my UI profiles regularly, so if there are some problems, I have already probably fixed them. And now you're ready for the incoming retail interface on Classic WoW. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you boys in the next video. This is Ace signing out. Peace out.